Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Marcy. Thank you for clicking on that thumbnail. Always showing up, showing your girl some love. We have a amazing video today, as usual. I'm going to talk to you guys about three or four fragrances that I got in my Glamcation event, or purchased around my Glamcation event. One was gifted, the others I purchased. And then we're going to talk about a scent that I wore on the all party white night that led me up to smelling all of these fragrances. And y'all, I'm kind of ready for fall, but I'm still ready for the summer. And this scent is the perfect fragrance that is warm, spicy, and still warm, still good enough for the summer, you guys. Please continue to like, comment, subscribe, turn on those notification bells. I did do a review with my Glamcation buddies. Nika Marks came, Pat came, and we just had such an amazing time, and a lot of other reviewers as well, you know, just loving on one another, smelling fragrances, smelling one another. I mean, I'm sure if the average person walked into that event, they probably think we were like some weirdos, because like literally I've never been so close to people in my life, you know, other strangers, like you're smelling them, you're smelling their necks, like all of that, you guys. Such an intimate moment and intimate setting. So literally you really have to be open and trust one another, you all. But all that being said, I had such an amazing time and can't wait until 2024. So make sure you keep that on your calendar. It may be in July or August. Get your tickets, all that good stuff. So some fragrances that I want to talk about first. First, we're going to talk about the one that I wore on at the all white party, okay? This is by my favorite fragrance house, which is Xerjoff, y'all. If you know me, you know that I love Xerjoff first, okay? And it was like literally my first niche fragrance house love. And I fell in love with tons of their fragrances. Italica being one, Herba Gold, Bouquet Ideal, Cruz del Sur 2, like all of those. But this one, y'all, Ouverture, okay? I wore Ouverture at the all-white party. Shout out to Helen, because I would have never picked Ouverture up if it wasn't for Helen. Helen is a subscriber of mine, and she is a follower of mine. If you're watching, hey girl, she is a subscriber and a follower of mine over on Instagram. So, and YouTube here. I'll get to that part. So she walked into Glamcation and she's like, hey Marcy. So Helen loves my stories. She's always telling me about my stories. And then she said, I love watching you because I love your work stories, all that stuff. So now Helen, I'm telling a story about you. So she's like, hey Marcy. So I'm looking like, you know, because I have thousands of people that I talk to. So I'm like, oh, hey. You kind of know that hey when you really don't really notice the person. So I'm like, hey, how are you? And you know, anybody that walks into Glamcation, like you want to give them a warm welcome. She said, my name's Helen. I'm Helen. I'm like, hey, Helen. So anyway, Helen told me that she was a faithful subscriber, loved all my stories over here on YouTube, and then on Instagram. Follow me on Instagram. She gave me stories that I've told, things that I've worn, things that I love. I was like, you know what? This girl's like absolutely amazing. And it was a fan. And by the end of the day, I was a fan of hers as well. She's amazing. So anyway, I said, Helen, you smell absolutely amazing. What do you have on? And she said, it's one of your favorites. And I'm like, I said, I know the smell, like I know it. So I'm sniffing Helen. I'm trying to remember what I have in my collection that smells like it. I knew I hadn't worn it in a long time. So I'm like, I know the smell. So I hung around her a little while longer, kept sniffing. And she said, it's Ouverture. She said, you know, the one in the gray fuzzy bottle, you know, by Xerjoff, your favorite. I was like, oh my gosh. I was like, it smells so amazing on you. So I got more of a tropical slightly floral on her, little rosy, creamy, coconutty vibe, and she smelled stunning. Not to mention, it was about 90 degrees outside, you guys, and it smelled absolutely amazing. So that was the day of the vendor. She came to see the vendors, so which was Saturday. We also had the white party that evening. So I said, you know what? I have been very inspired by Helen, so I am going to wear Ouverture, okay? So Helen, that was a long story. It was about you, okay? Anyway, y'all, Ouverture, if you don't know, then you need to get it, okay? But you gotta love a warm, spicy cinnamon fragrance. There's cinnamon, there's mandarin, there's rose, there's magnolia in here. There's a scent of fig leaf, but it also gives the fig nuance as well. It gives this creamy coconutty nuance because of the musky vanilla and the sandalwood in here as well, y'all. It's absolutely amazing, and I got so many compliments on this fragrance. I knew that I smell good. Granted, let me tell you something. I did not spray this on my clothes because when I sprayed this on my skin, it was so oily. My daughter's like, Mom, don't spray any more of that on your clothes because the oil concentration in this fragrance, you guys, literally I could use this as lotion, okay, or a body oil, and go outside and tan with it, okay? Anyway, amazing oil concentration, stunning fragrance, compliment getting. You know, this is actually my top two. I couldn't remember which one I said, if I loved Italica more or Ouverture, but it was one of the two, y'all. So anyway, get your nose on Ouverture, y'all. So I just wanted to tell y'all about that, and let's move on really fast. A fragrance that I received also is Pink Mahogany. This is a beautiful tropical fragrance. It's beautiful. It's gorgeous. I love it. There's a note of banana in there. And when she said there's a note of banana in there, her name is Trevalier, and she is the creative director, her own self-made perfumer. I have Pas Encore by her, and then I have another fragrance by her as well. I love them all, but this one I do think I love the most, but I do love Pas Encore too. I will link her channel down below, but y'all, she has samples of this fragrance. You got to get your nose on this fragrance house. There's banana in here. There's a lemonade note. There's a port wine note in here. I think there's vanilla. Let me get my little notes, okay? There's vanilla in here as well. Let's see what else. There's some tropical fruits, salt, sand, peach, hibiscus, and port wine. Y'all, this is good. So you literally get a smooth, creamy, like banana. It almost smells like there's like a Jordan almond mixed with a banana pina colada, but it's a little like tonic and creamy. Y'all, this is so good, and it doesn't smell like anything in my collection. Anyway, get your nose on it. It's called Summertime. She was at Glamcation, and this is by the perfumer Pink Mahogany. You got to check this one out, you guys. The next one is one that I spoke about in that little review that I just did with all of my Glamcation friends. And this is Blue Talisman. Y'all, I need a bigger bottle of this. There is a little bit of a dent in here already, and I love it. I love the note of pink pepper, and pink pepper is in here. There's pink pepper, there's orange blossom in here, there's some akigala wood in here. It literally gives me the nuance of possibilities. So if you can't find possibilities, but it doesn't have it's not as sweet, and it's a little less rosy, but if you added some more sweetness to this, like the orange blossom, and a little more rosiness to this will literally smell like possibilities, y'all. So there's pear in here, there's orange blossom, there's akigala wood in this fragrance. Let's see, there's also there's amber figs, there's ginger, which makes it super fresh, there's mandarin, and there's bergamot in here. I love this fragrance, y'all. I think this is probably, I don't know, in my top 5 ex Nihilo fragrances, and I'm gonna get a bigger bottle because, like, y'all, this is freaking amazing. If you like the note of pink pepper, no, it doesn't smell like pickles, you know, so I know people say possibility gives them pickles sometimes, so no, it doesn't. It's good. That orange blossom is airy, it's sweet, you get that fresh pear in here. You get the juiciness, the slight citrusy juiciness in here, but the freshness of this fragrance is amazing. The woody airiness of this fragrance with the orange blossom pear, y'all, it's absolutely beautiful. And the ginger, it's fresh, it's zesty, it's airy. It's amazing, y'all, and it's absolutely stunning. Anyway, Blue Talisman, I love it. I am purchasing another bottle. I know I said I wasn't gonna buy nothing else, but by the end of the year, because I think this is a limited edition. Blue Talisman is the 10th year ex Nihilo anniversary, so they've been out for 10 years. And y'all, I thought this was, based on what the color of the bottle is, I thought this was going to be more aquatic, a little more woody, a little more masculine. This is unisex, slightly feminine leaning to me because of that orange blossom pear and the ginger and all of the freshness, y'all. I actually think, my boy Rico likes this, but I actually think it's feminine leaning, you guys. I love this stuff to the hills. Blue Talisman, get your nose on it. I purchased this one. Now, the next one that I was gifted, because I did, thanks Jennifer, and thanks to the team at Ex Nihilo, is Brompton Immortals. Brompton Immortals. I've had a travel size of this. It's always been on my list. It's super expensive, y'all. But I did want the EXTRAIT, the other ones, and then Irreverence. I went over to Harrods to purchase this one as well, but I ended up buying Irreverence, and then I went to the store, and then I ended up purchasing, I think it's 100 or 1019 Wonders, and then a Flora Narcotic EXTRAIT. Like I said, there were so many other ones, but I've always wanted Atlas Fever. It's still on my list. I have a travel size of that, and Brompton Immortals is absolutely stunning. It's that rosy, ambery, warm, spicy, creamy. It's non-animalic. There's ylang ylang, there's saffron, there's pink pepper in here. Y'all, you got to get your nose on Brompton Immortals. And they have an EXTRAIT, but it's not yet here in America. And I really want to smell the EXTRAIT. I really do love Gold Immortal EXTRAIT, but I think I love Gold Immortal. I love Gold Immortal EXTRAIT more in the dry down, but I love Gold Immortal EXTRAIT, the EDP, all the way through. But I couldn't decide. I was like, do I want to wait until the dry down? Because it's a little ambery. You get the really amberiness of the ylang ylang, and the combination slightly clashes a little bit to me in the opening of Gold Immortal EXTRAIT. But like I said, in the EDP, it's just cohesive, y'all. It's amazing. But I don't know which one I'm going to get, but I'm going to get one of them, okay? Anyway, Brompton Immortals, I love Brompton Immortals so much more than Gold Immortals EXTRAIT and Gold Immortals. And I love Atlas Fever even more. Atlas Fever gives an ambery, coconutty, creamy vibe. But the dry down, I think there's coriander in there on top. But the coriander is giving coconuts. It's giving smooth. It's giving creamy. It's giving luscious. So yeah, Atlas Fever is on my list once I go through that travel size. Another one I picked up is Bourbon Street, and this is by Hez Perfume. I will list it down below. This is good. So if you like fragrances like LUNE FELINE, then you're going to love Hez Perfume. It's woody, it's spicy, it's vanillic, it's ambery. Smells like there's cardamom, like maybe some Tahitian vanilla or bourbon vanilla in here. I wore it the other day and I kept smelling LUNE FELINE, the OG, not the EXTRAIT. That being said, we are going to talk about our spicy fragrances, which have the note of cinnamon inside. So I have a couple of those that we're going to discuss. And like I said, me wearing Xerjoff Ouverture with the rich, warm, spicy, creamy cinnamon note in there, led me to talking about these fragrances, you guys. So LUNE FELINE EXTRAIT, you guys. The difference for me between, because I have the original, the EDP, and this is the EXTRAIT. I love the EXTRAIT so much more, you guys. There's so much more vanilla. It's not as dry. It's not as woody. It's still giving you, it gives you the same notes, but I believe it has Tahitian vanilla in the top. So you don't have to wait to the dry down to get that creaminess, that smoothness, that really rich cardamom and warm spicy cinnamon and vanilla. It's all there in the opening, except it's not so dry. It's a little more smooth. It's not a little more, it's much more smooth, you all. But y'all, LUNE FELINE EXTRAIT is absolutely stunning. I might as well just go on ahead and sell my bottle of LUNE FELINE because I'm going to reach for the EXTRAIT, like hands down. Like I said, it's giving me like 5 times the vanilla, smooth, creamy cardamom. It's giving me that, and it doesn't have the green notes. I think the LUNE FELINE EDP has green notes, which gives it a little more of an earthiness. This one doesn't have green notes on top of the Tahitian vanilla being in the top note, you guys. I love it. Get your nose on it. Warm, spicy, cinnamon, cardamom, vanilla. It's amazing. LUNE FELINE EXTRAIT. The next one we're going to talk about is Immortelle, and this is by the House of MANO GERAKINIS. Warm, spicy cinnamon. There's milk. There's brown sugar in here. There's sandalwood in here, y'all. This is my top 2 favorite gourmands in my entire collection, okay? You all know that Unknown Pleasures is one of them, and the next one would be Immortelle by MANO GERAKINIS. Y'all, this is good. I love it. It's amazing. It's lactonic, creamy. It almost gives you like Immortelle milk. Like if you took a glass of milk and you stirred up some like cinnamon, some Immortelle flour, but maybe condensed, you know, on top of the brown sugar in there, you all. It is gorgeous. It's stunning. It's a beast. The sillage is amazing. And it's a little sweet, y'all. But that dryness of that Immortelle on top of the lactonicness of the milk in here makes it so amazing. Get your nose on it. Immortelle by the House of MANO GERAKINIS. Love it. Like I said, top 2 gourmand. So the next one is Arabesque, and this is by the House of Merchant of Venice, I think it is. This is one of my favorite boozy, tobacco, warm, spicy, cinnamon, plum fragrances that I have in my collection. Arabesque, you get, if I can remember, so in Arabesque, you get plum, cognac, you get some tobacco, tonka ginger, benzoin, and musk in here. But literally, this aside from plum and cognac by the House of Scent of Wood, I think actually this is competing with plum and cognac, you guys. But this gives a little bit more than plum and cognac. But now, that plum and cognac, it smells like it's soaked in like plums that have been aged and soaked in boozy cognac. But we're not talking about that today. We're talking about Arabesque because of that cinnamon note and the booziness and the tobacco note in here as well. One of my favorite tobacco fragrances, but the cinnamon in here is absolutely amazing. Performance is a beast. Amazing for the summer, summer nights, let's say. Also amazing for the fall and the winter as well. Get your nose on this if you love a rich, dense, decadent plum, a really smooth tobacco and a boozy note, okay? A boozy scent, you guys. And this is Arabesque by the Merchant of Venice. I'm going to really wear this and put this to the forefront of my fragrance collection in about a couple months, you guys. Well, it's hot here in California, so maybe like towards the end of November, or if I go somewhere cold, you know, on a vacation. All right, the next one we're going to talk about is A Night in Marrakesh. And this is like, I've always loved A Night in Marrakesh. A Night in Marrakesh wasn't a love at first sniff for me. But when I sprayed it, I thought it was a bit like strong and harsh to my nose. But that was my very first spray. And it was a tester as well. But then after spraying that spot, I kept smelling my arm. Like, what did I spray right here? What did I spray? Because it smells amazing. I smelled it all night. I smelled it overnight until the morning. I was like, that was a night in Marrakesh, because at that time I was sampling a lot of the Memoirs of a Perfume Collector fragrances. This was about maybe almost 2 years ago, about a year and a half ago. I fell in love with the house about a little over a year ago. So yeah. Originally, I sampled these about 2 years ago. So, and you can buy the Discovery Kit on site. They do ship to the U.S. now. And you can buy the Discovery Kit at Lucky Scent as well, or Sealed Essence. But y'all, ooh, this is so good. You get that rich, warm cinnamon in here. You actually get the rose in here as well. I wore this over the weekend, and initially I didn't get the rose, but I got a little bit of a slight, I don't want to say what color rose, but I get a little bit of an airy, rosy scent in here as well. You got some coffee, you got some honey, you got your warm, spicy cinnamon in here. You have some caramel in this fragrance. I believe there's some caramel in this fragrance. What else is in here? I can't remember. I got so much on my mind, you guys. But anyway, it's ambery. It's warm, spicy. I get a slightly boozy, woody scent from here. But y'all, I've tested this on multiple people at work. I took this and I took London and Origin of a Collector. And of course, most people loved A Night in Marrakesh. A lot of the women overall, in general, everybody loved this one. A lot of the men love London with the espresso, but you gotta love a coffee note. The espresso and the vanilla, but it's amazing as well. But this one, y'all, the warm, spicy cinnamon in here, it's slightly boozy to me. It's sweet, but you definitely get a little bit of that coffee, that honey. I think there's saffron in here as well, you guys, to make it really fresh and airy. Like, I love this. You got to test this. But y'all, I already know it's going to be a love if you love that note profile or those scents or those notes and fragrances. You guys, get your nose on this, A Night in Marrakesh, and the bottle is absolutely gorgeous. The next one is Invite Only. This is by the House of Kayali. I love this one as well. I love all of Kayali's fragrances. I love the citrus. I even love the musk, okay? Elixir was my first love about maybe 4 or 5 years ago. And then I started to get a little deeper into the house and just fell in love with them. And slowly, you know, we started collaborating on a lot of fragrances. But y'all, I've loved Kayali from day one, okay? And it will always be in my collection. Love every single one of them, you guys. But this one right here, Invite Only. It's boozy, it's rich, it's resinous. You get some tobacco. It smells a little cherry-esque, okay? It's an absolutely warm, it's a lot of cinnamon in this fragrance. So if you don't love cinnamon, then you need to stay away from this fragrance. But you get some, I get like a plummy, cherry, rich, deep cinnamon. If you know, like Ojan or Herrera by Parfums de Marly, it's given similar vibes, but this one is given a little bit more. It's sweet, definitely amazing for the fall and the winter. You guys, Invite Only, y'all. Inviting. Get your nose on this. It's a beast. All right, the next one is a new one, and I took this one to Glamcation, and there were a couple of orders on spot from Harrods, and then a couple of people took pictures because it is a bit pricey, and you have to order this fragrance from Harrods. I don't even think the actual house ships to America, but this is I don't even know how to pronounce it, you guys. Primordiales. I don't know, but I'll list it down below. And this is Ambre Superfluide. You guys, okay? You guys, you all, you ladies, you whoever, okay? This fragrance is stunning and one that you absolutely need to get your nose on for the fall, winter, and a cold spring, okay? So in this fragrance, so let me read y'all what it is, but it is beautiful. Everyone loved this fragrance. People were asking where I got this from, but it's absolutely stunning. And did I write down the notes? Yes, I did. So in this fragrance, you have your cinnamon, honey, you have apple, mandarin, sesame. It's so funny because I ordered 2 fragrances. The only 2 fragrances I ordered, they both had a sesame note in there, and I had no idea. I smelled this one when I was in London, so I knew I wanted this one. And then when Mr. Thompson came out, had no idea about the notes or what it smelled like, but it had the note of sesame in there. And there's another fragrance that I've been wearing that has the note of sesame in there as well, aside from my L'Intre de Givenchy Intense. And I was like, ooh, I've been really drawn to sesame lately, or sesame seeds since lately. So anyway, this one has sesame, bergamot, rum, black vanilla husk, there's musk, benzoin tobacco, cardamom, and rose. So it's fresh, it's airy, it's ambery, it's boozy, it's smoky, it's floral, it's all the things, okay? It's gorgeous, okay? Just absolutely gorgeous, you know? I get the freshness like this. Ooh, y'all, this needs to be in the top 10 for life, okay? Seriously. Like, this is amazing. It's so good. And I really need to get a discovery kit from this house because I really want to, I've smelled maybe probably about 7 or 8 of their fragrances. I love the saffron. I love magnolia. I love super rose. They have a new vanilla one that's out in a beautiful, stunning blue bottle, which I really need to get my nose on. But I heard it wasn't I thought it was going to be like a rich, dense vanilla. I heard it was more of a woody scent, you know? But it's at Harrods. It's a Harrods exclusive, okay? Can they have a California exclusive, you know? But anyway, y'all, you get the honey in here. You get the fresh apple in here. You get those ambery vibes. It's rich. You get that warm, spicy cardamom. You get that rich vanilla, you know? You get that vanilla husk, the vanilla bean, y'all. This is stunning, okay? Stunning fragrance. Ombre, this is my favorite from the house that I've smelled so far. Yeah, hands down, Ombre. Like I said, I love Magnolia. There was so many from the house that I love, and I really want to get a discovery kit so I can do a review on these fragrances, you guys. So anyway, Ombre Superfluid, okay? The other one, like I said, Super Rose is a green rose. I really like Super Rose, but it's giving me Raving Rose from Dries Van Noten, that green, warm, spicy, pink peppery type rose, and kind of like Atomic Rose without the jammy rose. Just a fresh green rose, you guys, but it's spicy. Anyway, get your nose on it. Won't speak long about this fragrance because I just spoke about it. And this is Starlight, a beautiful, warm, spicy cinnamon cardamom scent. Took this one to Glamcation as well. You guys, I was 7 minutes away from the spot, so I was bringing bottles every day for people to smell. Whatever they wanted to smell, I brought it to them so they can get a whiff of what it smelled like, or if they wanted to purchase it. Not purchase from me, but purchase online. So, ooh, this is good. It's dry. It's damp at the same time. It's like a damp, dry cigar to me, rolled in cardamom, you guys, with that rich, dipped in rich vanilla. This is beautiful, and this is Starlight by the House of Xerjoff. I love it. Initially, when I sprayed it, it wasn't as sweet, but for some odd reason, after activating that atomizer, I've worn this a couple times. It's gotten a little sweeter and more vanillic for me, you guys. It's stunning, okay? The next one is Burning Rose, and this is by Carolina Herrera. I love Burning Rose because it's giving that warm, spicy cinnamon. Some people say they get a leathery nuance from this fragrance. It has saffron in here. I believe there's saffron in here. There's rose, saffron, patchouli, cinnamon. But it's absolutely gorgeous. It's fresh. It's airy. It's not too spicy. It's feminine leaning. It's a beast, okay? I only have 2 by this house, and the other one is a gourmand, and I absolutely love it. It's golds. I forgot the name of it, but I can't think. But it's a gourmand with some cacao in there, and it's gorgeous in the gold bottle. But Burning Rose, I love. Get your nose on it. To me, this also gives like a little bit of a juiciness as well. You definitely get that patchouli in here. It's sweet, a little jammy. You know, it's gorgeous. If you like scents like Cairo, just imagine Cairo by the House of Penhaligon's. You know, without that Ciprio note, without that green note in here. That is what, because Cairo gives a little bit of patchouli vibes as well. That is what Burning Rose gives me. It's a little feminine, you know. But like I said, it smells like Cairo, but a little sweeter without the Ciprio oil inside. But I love this one, you guys. Amazing for the fall, winter, spring. Get your nose on it. The next one is Side Effects. You know, there's rum, there's tobacco in here. To me, it's unisex, slightly masculine leaning if you don't like a boozy tobacco rum vanilla fragrance. But I love this. I love layering. You know, we're just going to segue into the last fragrance. I love layering it with a boozy, warm, spicy cinnamon angel share, y'all. This smells like a boozy apple pie, y'all. It's delicious. It's sweet. It's liqueur, okay? I love it. And these two together are a beast, you guys. Angel Share, like I said, I love cinnamon in general. I love cinnamon tea. I love cinnamon in fragrances, cinnamon warm spicy lotion, like all of that, you guys. And these two are definitely warm spicy cinnamon fragrances. This one definitely smells a little bit more gourmand, and this one's a little more smoky, woody, boozy, creamy, tobacco-y, vanillic, okay? Get your nose on these two fragrances. That is it, you guys. Go out to the world, spread amazing tea, ash, do good, be good. And if you love a banana note, the banana note in this fragrance kind of dries down. to a little bit of a slight plantain vibe. If you are from Jamaica or if you eat plantains, oh, I want some Jamaican food. Maybe I'll go get me some Jamaican food today, y'all. Speaking of plantains, I love oxtails. Sorry to all the vegans out there, but I don't even really, I'm not a super huge fan of jerk chicken. I will not eat soul food, Black American oxtails, but I'll eat Jamaican oxtails, okay? They just make them different, okay? They just taste like beef, all right? Anyway, if you love a banana scent, get your nose on Pink Mahogany's Summertime. I absolutely love this, and it smells like nothing else that I guarantee you have in your collection, you guys. Get your nose on this. All right, go on to the world, spread amazing, see Ash, do good, be good, all of that. And let me know what your favorite warm, spicy cinnamon fragrance is. And if you've ever smelled Ouverture by the House of Xerjoff, which is my favorite, y'all, I was smelling so good that night, okay? I was just engulfed in smelling myself. Everywhere I walked, ooh, I smelled my sillage. It was absolutely stunning. All right, y'all, bye-bye. Love you all. Mwah.